All right, we've been doing all this jumping around from 1906 to 1920. So, I guess I should say at the beginning this is 1906. And today we do some more jumping. We jump from the 10th of March to the 15th of March, and we'll find out why in the diary entry. And it is a pretty straightforward one. So let's get right into it. It's Wednesday, the 15th March, 1906. Today I didn't go to Pavlovsk because I've actually been sick for 3 days with damned influenza, which has thrown itself at my head. I haven't been having lessons, but I have to admit, though it's very shameful, I could have studied today. It was a fable, but my head really was very much hurting, and it's still hurting now. I'm terribly worried that Maria will blab about what I told her, that I'm not sick, while she's at the palace. It's nothing but a fable. And that's very much a bore because they'll tease me about it there. On Sunday, all the Konstantinovichi dined with Uncle Nicky and Aunt Alex. It was great fun, but my head hurt so bad that I didn't know what to do, and from then on I was ill. Today, Madame Conrad brought her son to show us. He's very sweet, with an enormous upper lip and frightfully wild. 2 days ago, Maria was out for a ride on a blank with the Konstantinovichi without me because I was already ill. She fell and hit her lip terribly, so she came home with a bump on her lip. On the 13th of this month, there was a dinner for the 2 army regiments, the Novocherkassk and the Tsaritsyn. And then there was a parade on the square here. My head has started hurting again, 8:53, so this is quite early for him, although he doesn't say he's going to bed. And I just want to say before I forget, the word that is blank. Maria was out for a ride on a blank with the Konstantinovichi. So because this is a transcribed text, I have the word, which is blancard, but I don't know what it means. And I don't know if the transcriber transcribed it correctly, because when I tried to find it, I saw that it could be a surname and that it was also a French word for a certain type of linen. And of course, none of those fit the bill. So I will simply give you the spelling, which is Blancard, and it's not capitalized. All right, so I don't know what kind of a contraption it was, but whatever it was, Maria fell off. So our friend has been sick for 3 days, and influenza is what it is alleged to have been, although personally I didn't know that flu went to the head like that, but yeah, why not? And we know from previous diary entries that Dmitri was having these headaches, so maybe he was coming down with it for a while. And when he talks about it being a fable, he's not, of course, talking about the illness. He really was sick. He's talking about the fact that on that particular day, he could have studied, but he didn't, and he told Maria that it was a sham, and so now he's afraid that she's going to blab about that, although he doesn't seem to think he would get in trouble. He seems to think just that he'd get teased about it, at least over at that palace. So I don't know about this. He uses the word fable twice, and I don't know why he has a guilty conscience about this, because it seems to me that he keeps saying that his head is still hurting. So it seems to me like, all things considered, it was better for him not to study. It was better for him not to have lessons and see if he could get rid of this, finally get rid of this headache. All right, so the Konstantinovichi, we know them already as the big, happy, fun family. within the imperial family. And Dmitri is usually reluctant to go to Pavlovsk, where they live, but it seems like he really did want to be able to enjoy himself on that Sunday dinner with Uncle Nicky and Aunt Alex, but unfortunately his head was already hurting. So I have no idea who Madame Conrad was, but she has this little boy that she brought to introduce to Maria and Dmitri. And Dmitri, as much as he's not that wild about other kids, he does really seem to like little ones. He uses words like sweet and adorable unless he's being sarcastic, and I don't get that impression. And this one he found to be frightfully wild. He doesn't like it when Alexandra and Nicholas's children misbehave, but he seems to have taken a shine to this little guy. So we have these two army regiments, the Novocherkassk and the Tsaritsyn, and the reason he calls them army regiments is because they belong to the regular army. They're not guards regiments. And they're from sort of outlying areas. Novocherkassk and Tsaritsyn. Tsaritsyn would later be called Volgograd, so any of you who know anything about World War II history will recognize that name. And yeah, so it's a pretty uneventful diary entry. The next diary entry for the 16th is quite short, but I'm going to do it independently because after that, on the 17th, he resumes writing very long ones. All right, so do come back. Bye.